Making a vaccine. What is a vaccine, you may ask? A vaccine is a way of communication in which we teach the immune system to recognize something. And in order to remember the pathogen in the vaccine, it has an immune response. This results in our bodies feeling sick after the vaccine. In the chart on the right, you can see the vaccine doses administered in the US and the number of that. Variety is key. What happens in the vaccine? Adaptive immunity. This is a type of immunity that occurs after being exposed to antigen from a vaccination. There are also live attenuated vaccines which fight viruses and bacteria, but it contains a weaker version of the living virus and bacteria. On the picture on the right, you can see how adaptive immunity works with the T cells and the B cells, and on the right is the info of attenuated vaccines, and it also shows how it works through that. Have you heard that eggs have been creating sources of flu vaccines? These farms are kept secret due to national security. How do they do this? They inject the virus into the egg, killing the virus and purifying the antigen, which then uses that to create the vaccine. Interesting, right? The mRNA machine. mRNA, also known as messenger RNA, helps with protein production and transcribes the information in genes to make the proteins. These are mRNA vaccines that teach our cells to make protein spikes, which triggers an immune response. On the left, you can see a picture of the mRNA machines, and on the right, you can see how the mRNA grows protein spikes and how mRNA works as a whole. Are vaccines really that safe? Is the real question. Inside the vaccine, memory cells awaken when invaders attack, and they order the production of antibodies in coordinated attacks. Not getting vaccinated could kill 12,000 children with side effects including fever, dangerous diarrhea, pneumonia, ear infections, etc. On the left is a chart of the unvaccinated drive COVID-19 infections in the US. As you can see, the sicknesses going up include a lot of unvaccinated people, so it's safe to get vaccinated. You can watch this safety of the vaccine video right here.
We made this process go faster by investing a very, very large amount of resources. But the critical steps that were necessary to prove in a clinical trial that the vaccines are safe and effective were not be rushed. In fact, they can't be rushed. They had to make sure that everyone got the dose or the placebo and follow them for a specified period of time to understand who's going to be exposed, who's going to develop symptoms and not. And the decision to apply for authorization and to grant authorization was sort of locked in. They needed to observe so many cases in the placebo group and in the active vaccine group to have confidence that there was a difference. And that was followed in the same way that we do every other vaccine. The only difference, if there is one, is that signal was very strong. These are really highly effective vaccines. The data from the clinical trials show a really robust protection, even early after several weeks. So they really are a home run, to use a sports analogy. These vaccines have been very successful so far.
I hope you guys enjoy my presentation, and here are some links where you can learn more info about adaptive immunity, vaccines, the eggs that create vaccines, and mRNA vaccines. Thanks for watching my show.